Okay, I'm going to show you how to use some very important Google Sheets formulas. This is a sample set of data, but you could do this with any set of data. We use the Mouse Hunter simulation. So these are individual students, and these are their average survival times of the light colored mice in seconds. That's the S, on the black background, the brown background, and the tan background. Okay, let me scroll down. I copied this image here from your AP Biology formula sheet. You can see there is a formula for mean, that's average. You should know how to calculate average, but that's a lot of numbers to type into a calculator, right? So let's find a different way to do it. Thankfully, there is a Google Sheets formula. So I click on the box right here. I want to calculate the average time of all of those students. Okay. So I'm going to type in the box where I want for the average for the black time. Okay. Equals. Okay. And then I'm going to start typing the word average. And there we go. It says ignoring text, which is what I want. Okay. And what do I want? From this bottom right here, all the way to the top. Notice in my formula here, it started with parentheses. So I have to end parentheses to say that's the end. Okay. Now I have an answer. Okay. Now I want to do the same thing for brown and tan, but let me show you an easy way. Click on the box where we use the formula. You can see up here the formula is written. So if I take that blue dot and drag it over, it will use the same formula with the data in those columns. So if I click here, see how it used C, and click here, see how it used D. That makes it easier. I only have to do the formula one time. Okay. Here's the formula for standard deviation. Holy cannoli, that looks complicated. And it is long. You could do it simply in a graphing calculator. Okay. But we could do it way easier here. So let's click on the box. I want the standard deviation for the black data. Okay, for the time that the light colored mice survived on the black background equals, and I'm going to start typing, oh, look at that, standard deviation. And I want of the data set again from 42 all the way up to 40, up to 1, right? Individual 1, and the parentheses to close the formula, hit enter. It's calculated. Okay. And I am going to do the same thing here. Okay, but I don't need to type it again. If I click here, that's the formula I want. Click on the blue circle, drag the formula over, and it now calculates the standard deviation for those columns as well. Now here, what I want to do next is calculate standard error of the mean. The problem is it uses n, which is the sample size. It uses S, which is standard deviation. I have that. That's great. Okay. But I need N for the sample size. Okay. So guess what? There's a formula for that. I want to count. I want to count how many numbers are in this data set because you can see I have some blanks. Okay. So rather than going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it just did it simply for me. And you can see there's supposed to be 42, but I do have in that one 2 blanks. Let's apply this same formula by clicking on that blue dot and dragging it over. That's how many numbers are in each of those data sets. Okay. Now let's calculate standard error of the mean. If I start typing in this one, okay, I don't see it. Even SEM, which is the abbreviation, it's not there. Okay, so I need to do this formula sort of by hand. So the formula for standard error of the mean is I need to take the standard deviation. So I need equals the standard deviation, that's right here, right? Divided by, so type the divided by sign, that's a slash. And then it's n, which is the sample size, but the square root. So start typing, I need the square root. Notice how it started the parentheses. I want the square root of this number right here and the parentheses. equals, okay? There's my standard error of the mean. I want to copy that formula over. So I'm going to drag that over so all the boxes are covered. But when I graph, I want two standard error of the mean. Okay, so what I need to do is double this number. So I need equals 2 times this number, right? Okay, now you can see, I'll talk about this in a second. Let's copy this over. I had previously been working with this data and I had simplified these numbers. So let's highlight this whole box. Let's go to Format, Number, and all the way to the bottom, custom number format. And I want it to be 0.000, meaning I want a I can have whatever in the front, but only 3 digits after. Okay, and that kind of simplifies the numbers. Okay, I don't really need that for these, but it's fine that it's like that. We can just go for this one, format number automatic. Okay, because it was just a count, right? It just went 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. This value right here is what I need when I'm graphing, okay? But this is the calculations. Wasn't that easy? Okay, you do need to know how to calculate standard error of the mean, but in this case, this just gives you the answer pretty simply.